We talked about religion last week when we talked about T.D. Jakes and how the black church and its impact or less impact that it has today than it did in yesteryears. As far
I like the way they broke it down between egalitarian and hierarchical beliefs.
Mm-hmm.
You know, egalitarian is like they believe in like equality for everybody, and you know, hierarchy is based on rank.
Yeah.
So the black mindset, they said, is supposedly like a egalitarian, but in the South, because black people are seen more conservative, they gave them the notion of being a hierarchical group.
So I want to show this clip that he had where he's talking about the black church. And I also want to say this. And I understand that
South is cultural difference, so that would be a subculture.
I think the South is the culture. I think
it is. That's y'all Negroes, y'all migrants that chose to venture outside of the South. Yes, I live in Washington State, but I've only been here. I've only been here for 10 years, so I don't qualify as a migrant. Two things. Why don't we? Two things we don't need for 2024: black churches and a new rap music. We've had enough of both. Yeah, pack them both up out of here.
But I want to talk about this. Whenever you see people speak on religion, people are very quick to speak negatively on Christianity, the religion. That's understandable. I have gripes with that religion and how it has impacted the mental of black people. But they also speak against the Bible, and you go, okay, that's your prerogative, your beliefs.
Yeah.
What I'm surprised is they so quick to speak against this. When we start talking about Muslims and the Quran, is not really, his mom's the word. We start talking about Judaism and their belief is you don't really speak
Muslims
on that.
That is not a black culture. That is a Arab.
Well,
that's a Middle Eastern culture for me, Muslims.
And it's crazy because you say the Bible was used to do harmful things to black Americans, but you follow the Quran and the Muslims, Islam, and they did the same things to black people.
The South is definitely the culture. Raised in Connecticut, but everything is South Carolina and Alabama.
Yeah.
Nah, I need Tony Evans and put that right back.
Big Daddy Kane tour. Let me play this.
The problem with black religion is threefold. You take three things from black people that we can't afford to waste. Money. And can't never get back. Number one is money. You take too much resources. Time. Every black church should have three institutions. You should have a school for our kids, a bank to invest in our people, and you should have a community garden to feed our people good food. Every church should have those three.
They don't.
If you are,
we grew up when we were younger, when we went to church.
A church on every corner.
There was so many churches in our neighborhood. It's ridiculous.
It's so many churches, but why there's so much sin?
So much crime and
hold on now.
Let me say this.
Come on now, dude. It won't. What you mean? A lot of crime?
Oh, so when you say crime,
when you say so much crime, they're going to be thinking like cities.
Yeah, I know. Hold on.
We're from a small town, so crime for us is crime
Fights,
differently in a metro area.
Thieves.
Okay.
Like little. Okay, you cleared that up. But there was so many churches, and when the people you see in the church, we will also see in the streets.
True.
And we never saw the pastor address where he or she, because there was a lot of female pastors too.
We had a lot of male pastors.
We had female pastors too.
It was more male pastors than female pastors.
Later on, it was more female or equal female.
I would not say equal. It was still more male pastors.
Okay. Those same people, those pastors, would see those same people outside the church doing stuff and would never address it in the church.
Hold on now. Were you there every Sunday?
When I went, I never saw it.
How often did you go?
Yes,
it does. You
matter.
cannot make an analysis or assumption on that if you do not attend church every Sunday and you don't know whether the pastor called that behavior out or not.
You want me to tell you how I know?
How you know?
Because the people kept doing it. And if the pastor's calling it out and you still doing it, most pastors, you're supposed to kick them out of the church. You're supposed to be put out of the church.
Well, it's a place of God.
If you have been, because we're talking about privately, not talking about in front of the people. If you've been told what your actions are and how they need to improve them, and what you're doing and how it's against what you're supposed to be believing in constantly, you're supposed to be, get up out of here.
So you're saying you're supposed to be banished from the church?
Yes.
I've never heard that one.
Okay. You don't believe that? You wouldn't agree with that?
You're supposed to call out the sin.
And just let them sit there and keep doing it? In your church?
If they're not sinning in the church, they're sinning outside the church.
What's the difference?
Are you talking about like selling drugs to people in the community? You're talking about harming the community, or you're talking about laying up and that type of stuff?
What's the difference?
You're right. A sin is a sin, but we know some sins are more extreme than others. You laying up with somebody is not hurting.
Hold on. We don't want to get rid of baby mama, baby daddy culture.
We definitely want to get rid of baby mama
out of
and
wedlock
baby.
relation. What we talking about?
We want to get rid of that population. But what is worse? Killing people, giving drugs to your community, slowly killing them.
Well, all of it kills the culture.
It all kills the culture.
I got you with that one.
But some sin is worse than other sin.
It all kills the culture. Go ahead.
Umar not doing it, so he's not modeling it. He's asking for a lot, but not doing it himself, and all he does is talk and collect.
Is it a lot? Why is it considered a lot to be righteous?
I will say this about Dr. Umar Johnson, which I'm sure we all can come to agreement on. When you sit here and say you have what? He has two kids?
Yes.
Different baby
allegedly,
mothers?
Yes. I
Allegedly.
don't know for a fact. Yes, that's what he said.
And you said you've come across 5 other women that could have potentially...
I'm sorry, hold on. What up, Craig?
Shout out to Craig being your wife, because he said he wants 2 wives.
Yeah.
This is the same thing we have with politicians. How are you... It's strange to have a politician like a president or anybody in a leadership and not have a spouse.
A spouse, yes.
Because you have women that are in office as well.
It shows order, and it shows that you have your ducks in a row.
That was my problem with the guy from South Carolina. What was his name? It was running for president. Tim Scott.
Yes.
Mayor Adams.
Yes.
So even in Europe, there were female prime ministers that didn't have husbands.
Yeah.
So
the Australian prime minister.
This is very strange coming into being a politician nowadays, where you see people running for office
not married yet
and don't have spouses.
Well, this is a fact, because when you look at Umar, I remember a video went viral with him when he showed inside his house, and it was very disorganized. So people.
So you saying the wife is a housekeeper?
It's not about. Hold on. See, he said a shot. Not what I'm saying. I'm saying if he had a wife, she would have had things in order in his life. She would have made him put certain things as a priority. You can't spend.
Well, that's what the woman is there for.
I'm saying you can't spend weeks on the road doing all these speaking engagements when you got a wife and kids at home.
She's the helpmeet.
You have to cut it down to what's important.
Or she can just have her ass there cleaning the house, and he can be out on tour doing what he got to do.
No, I'm saying just because your obligation to your family, you have to cut down the stuff you do for the world. So you're going to focus on the most important things, which in his case would have been the school and all these other things. He would have made sure those things were in order.
True.
More so than he do when you're a bachelor, can go wherever you want to go when you want to go.
True. But the touring is what gives him the revenue, the money, and also spreads the message.
But he would have been focused on the bigger engagements than he is without a wife.
I can agree. He's not going to call it out because the pastor's down with the sinning too. Shout out to Rosie Smiles.
It definitely is.
It's in the bylaws if a church is set up properly.
I agree. You're supposed to kick him out. Supposed to kick him out.
When we moved to NC, the most asked question, have decided on the church. Didn't ask if I followed any other religion.
Because they already assume you're in the South.
The churches I grew up in kick people out.
Yes.
LOL. Travis is not congregating. Find a real church, Travis.
What up, Craig?
The reason they aren't kicking people out now is because the pastor is doing the same thing, and also because they want to keep the money and the revenue coming into the church.
To that, who's the main people? Before we go deep into, let me just play what Umar. Just play what Umar had to say. Sorry, y'all. Let me play what he had to say.
Bringing in at least $250,000 a year in tithes, and you ain't got a school, a bank, and a garden, you a goddamn fraud. I don't care who you are. Remember what I said, $250K. If you less than $250K, you should still be doing something. But I'm not gonna hold you to the same standard. But if you $250,000 that you can depend on annually, you should have some institutions for the people. So number one, they take too much money. Number two, Joe, they take too much of our time. You don't get your time back. You can make that money back. You can't make your time back. Bible study, Sunday service, Sunday morning service, Sunday night service, gospel choir, Thursday. Why are you taking all this time and not giving us nothing?
Wow. No. I agree with him on this. From this
I don't agree with him on that.
You're not supposed to be sitting there praying about the same thing over and over.
It's called Bible study.
You could do that. You're supposed to study the Bible on your own. Having somebody hold you accountable to stay into your study.
Those extracurricular activities for the community keeps the kids out of the streets, does it not? Going to Bible study, going to choir, doing these different things, it keeps them out of the street and keeps them level-headed and focused. It also keeps the parents from out here hoeing as well. Let's take that back. They can do their dirty deed after the church.
They with the pastor.
It provides structure, does it not?
Yes,
going to church,
it does
Bible study,
it does,
being in choir, that provides structure.
It does add a form of structure, but I just think there's no...
Niggas just want to go watch TV and be entertained by the beast.
No, because who's really here then?
What you mean who's really
here? When we
had
Bible study and Sunday study on Tuesday and Wednesday, what are we really doing here? Let's be real. You're not teaching that.
How you know they're not teaching anything?
Let me finish. Not all.
For a nigga that don't go to church.
Let me finish. Not all churches, because we all obviously we know pastors.
Yeah, we do.
Who speak and teach things.
Not everybody out here.
Yeah.
Some people out here.
So you know what I'm saying?
Not everybody out here being a poet and a rapper.
Which one is happening more?
I can't.
Bishop T.D. Jakes is right now. What is he known for doing?
He's a rapper.
There you go.
That likes to get power bottomed, allegedly.
So you agree with me? So
but that's not.
You got me here
all.
You got me here all these hours, and you're doing just this.
What else do you want him to do?
Teach real teachings, real stuff.
Some of them
not just feel good stories.
Though. I read that. The word is Umar fake as fuck. Peace to the council. That's a good church, Kiefer. Peace to the entire chat and Happy New Year to you and you guys. He needs a maid, not a wife. If he has a wife, she would divorce him for being a lying, scamming slob. Oh, damn, Cherrywood. Kiefer, that's also fact if he riding dirty. Umar speaking facts because he's a living example. Who know the devil better than the devil? Wow, he's not wrong. I agree about the churches having a school and banking.
Oh, here goes
he spread cakes.
What up, KD?
Shout out to KD. I learned more in the Bible study than on Sunday service.
Well, here's the
That's
thing.
what Bible study is for.
Well, what is the pastor doing on Sunday then?
That's
just a party?
No, the Sunday is when you get it's the event almost.
So a party. You just said a party.
He's supposed to be speaking on a certain topic.
Yes.
He's actually supposed to be led by the Spirit. That's why you're not supposed to eat. Because when you eat, the Spirit, when you're empty, then the Spirit can come in. Blah, blah, blah. KD, that's a good church. Church is an adult daycare. The Bible is in a book you can read normally. The esoterical meaning are never taught black churches.
I agree with that. We have a family member, and we just got some bad news about family today, but we're not going to talk about that completely. But we have a family member who was a pastor.
True.
And we spoke to them about certain things, and the stuff we talked to them about us in there, they didn't have any recollection of it. The dog. So I agree with that part. What do you say?
A church home wouldn't find you.
And the third thing that they take from us that we can't afford to waste and have misuse is hope. The black church abuses our hope by constantly making you feel Jesus or Muhammad going to come and make everything right when the time is right. And that's why black
faith without works.
Black churches should have been used to teach black people how to move in society.
That's true.
That's true.
It's supposed to be education. In the book they claim to read, it teaches you how to move in a culture. The whole book is teaching you your culture.
On Code is in the building.
What up?
Black unity is power. Salute to the chat. Salute to the platform. Churches used to be a foundation and a shelter. Black churches hustling hope.
They peddle hope now. It's their job.
Religion plays right into the hand of the white power structure. You know why? Because it has black people thinking they don't have to do shit but wait and pray in order to change their circumstances. And that's why Napoleon Bonaparte, and I'm a fan of Napoleon Bonaparte, the white man's greatest military strategist, said what? Religion is what keeps the poor man from killing the rich one.
Yes, indeed.
No. Religion ain't nothing but mind control. Nobody has ever opened up a church to liberate people. Churches were created to control minds. You can't show me a religion.
Well, it's proven when you go to Africa, you got mosque and churches. Catholics have their mass. All this is a form of colonialism. That's why I see these people. We're gonna talk about this right now. These black people that go and do stuff like this right here. Javante Davis converts to Islam in ceremony in local mosque. Why would Javante Davis go convert to a religion, change his name into that religion, which means he's taking on their language.
He didn't officially change his name in documents. That's his name in Islam.
But that's the point. That's colonization.
And this is an Arab church. I mean, an Arab mosque, by the way.
Well, that's the thing about Islam. They don't think you're a real Muslim unless you come to them. Matter of fact, as much as they try to say that it's open religion and stuff, if you read the English version of the Quran, they say you don't really know the language, you don't really know the religion. You need to go to our country, learn our language to know what it says, because apparently their God only put the truth in one language.
Their language.
So you got to come to us. It's colonization. There's nothing about that that's meant to actually help people. It's meant to control the world.
He was born in the wrong generation and missed out. Just watch Tony Evans and be happy. Tithes and donations. Napoleon was a racist. Donations, Umar. Watch your generation. Watch your grandmother go to church and vote Democrats for decades. It didn't end well.
That's true.
And Umar controls donations like a religion. Hit the like button, black people. Islam enslaved us first. The Sub-Saharan slave trade. The boxer story is disappointing. Stripping your mother's name for Arab religion is blasphemy. Didn't realize how lost our people were behind the cult until I commented under this story. Sub-Saharan.
I'm gonna say this. A lot of black people, we spend most of our lives looking for truth. A lot of us didn't get it as children, because if they don't know, if you don't know, you don't know. So a lot of us grow up and we go out and search for truth. We go out and search for answers. So
know what?
So some people, it goes to Christianity, Islam, Buddhist, we go to all these religions, and I
didn't really dance through all that to get to my understanding.
What you trying to say?
I didn't go through the different, like you said, there's the Christianity, then the Pan-African.
You went to church?
I did go.
And you watched those Sonetta videos and stuff?
I never got engulfed in it.
It ain't about getting engulfed. You looking for answers and you found those videos.
I never got engulfed in it.
Okay.
Did you get engulfed in it?
No, I watched it. I didn't believe half the stuff they were saying.
Especially
when they started speaking into some of the science stuff, and I felt like they were just talking out their ass. But
Freemasons practice Islam. Shriners. Could that be said about Muhammad Ali?
Yes.
Tell the truth. Don't shake your.
I think Muhammad Ali made a decision to change his name because he thought his name belonged to a white man.
That's a whole nother discussion.
We're not even getting into that discussion. He believed his name belonged to a white man, and the only way to get away from this white man is to go to this Arab man, which is just Christianity and Islam. Let me leave the white man and go to the Arab man and their beliefs. Go ahead.
So just to focus, not his family, his mother. Truth is what
I want to say. I'm sorry. Let me say this. Honorable said his mother's name. No, it's actually either his father's name or her father's name. Just being honest.
Mike Tyson did the same thing without a name change.
Well, that's why
smacked me in the face.
And that's why we still know him as Mike Tyson.
I keep telling y'all, this honorable is a feminist agent.
And I'm gonna say this too. Javante Davis is gonna be Tank. His mama call him. If his mama call him Tank, I'm gonna call him Tank.
Wouldn't them looking for the truth mean denouncing all of religions and being an atheist would be more logical thing to do?
Well, when I say looking for truth and answers, that means going towards every religion and all type of beliefs, Kemetic beliefs, all type of stuff. The Wahabians, especially black people, because we've been told we have no culture, or at least we've been lied to about what culture we come from originally. We tend to look for answers anywhere. We're probably the most open-minded when it comes to that stuff.